I didn't know what I didn't know until I went to NPS. I want to say it was September, right before I graduated. DCMA put out a call for specific people within DCMA that could support the coronavirus task force. And that came from OSD needing additional people. Yeah, so it was Joint Rapid Acquisition Cell, and under the Joint Rapid Acquisition Cell is the DA2, which used to be called the JADF, Joint Acquisition Task Force. Health and Human Services does not have the government acquisition folks that could actually do what we were doing. We would hand off what we were doing as far as the PPEs and there are 6 other areas of the DA2 cell that we would transition back to HHS. We're trying to build the defense industrial base back, building better in America, build back better. And specifically in this instance was for the production of gloves, because we've relied on China, Malaysia, and other countries to give us that, right? So in doing this, being able to look at the information that the offerer is providing and look at the requirements of the customer, HHS, that helps you do your assessment on whether that offer should go to the next spiral. That just, reinforced what I had learned in the contracting course, but it wasn't just a contracting course that I had at NPS. Almost every course that I took involved contracting, basically test and evaluation, production, quality, and manufacturing, as well as systems engineering. With the team, you should know something about manufacturing, because that's ultimately what we're asking. The government is asking these offers to do, is manufacture gloves. The risk assessment is extremely important, and it's mostly important for the contracting officer because they're going to be the ones that are held responsible. And FAR 9 basically says the contracting officer, should use all these different tools or anything they can, right, to mitigate risk. And pre-award DCMA pre-award surveys is part of FAR 9. So I said, let's go to DCMA and get pre-award surveys. Now, what DCMA looks at is they actually go to the company site. If there's not a facility, they go to the company representatives and show me the financials, show me any production information, show me that you have the manpower to do the work. I was constantly pulling research from my files, my curriculum at NPS, DoD instruction, GAO audits, to help the team better understand whenever there was, discussions about topic that I knew I had information on because of the curriculum.
Is there any one of those things that stands out as the coolest contribution you were able to bring, or the one that people are most interested to learn more about, or kind of help move the team forward?
As far as the largest impact dollar-wise would be based on $795 million in potential contract awards on behalf of HHS. the DCMA, the institution of the DCMA pre-award surveys, and that going forward is going to be used even after I left the team on all other contracts to offers that have never produced before. They have no history with the government, performance history with the government. Pre-award surveys are going to continue as a risk mitigation effort. The contracting officers were specific in, being happy that I was able to provide them with the PQM information. Again, it was in an email. I provided some links, a few screenshots, like something they could easily pop up and, help them in the next interview with an offer.
Like, you're clearly a researcher by personality, right? Like, you love the details, you love getting in there, finding the answers. Did your coursework and kind of the training at MPS change that about you, like change your approach to that, or is it just that kind of just gave you more resources to use?
No, it changed everything that you do in those classes. At the end, most of the professors would ask you to solve a problem where you are now, or maybe somewhere you've been using the tools, the knowledge that you receive from class. How could you make a difference? Some gave you a limit in words or in pages. So in my regular job, I would have probably not looked at GAO audits. I wouldn't have done a lot of searches. And the reason for that is that you're focused on, and in my case, earned value management. So you really didn't go out and, do any searches on any additional information that actually might have something to do with your job. Because of NPS, my curriculum and writing and everything, I was asked to do the Secretary of Defense report on the department's work with HHS on the Strategic National Stockpile. I wouldn't have known even where to start had I not, had an education at NPS.